Well, we're almost at the end of an extremely hectic but very fun first day at Auto Expo 2014, and joining me to wrap up all the day's action are Hormuz Sorabji and Karthik Singhi. Hormuz, did you expect it? A full day of action, not too many crowds, people could actually get their work done. Things just went really smoothly today.
Actually, I think it's the best Auto Expo I've been to. I think coming to this venue is just absolutely brilliant. It feels like an international motor show. Coming in this morning was a real breeze. Getting in, there were no crowds. It was just really easy. The organizers really friendly, helpful. And above everything, there's not that much walking you had at Pragati Maidan. We didn't have to get a new pair of feet by the end of it.
This felt very
Speak for
organized.
Yourself, but we've been running around a lot today as well.
Still, compared to that, everything feels organized. You're not running helter-skelter trying to figure out where halls are and where the stalls are. Everything's linear. You find things easily. It's not crazy. You're not going crazy just doing work,
And just, it was almost a factor of the environment we were in, but you had Ratan Tata walking around, taking his own time, spending some time chatting with Anand Mahindra at the Mahindra stall. You were there as well. You don't see sites like that at motor shows in India, at least.
No, you don't. Well, they do happen, but it's that, there's always a crowd. It's very difficult to get access to them close up. And I think, I think the fact that it was purely a media day just made all of us do our jobs that much better. And that's the whole point of having a media day.
And talking of doing our jobs, Hormuz, Maruti's two launches first, what did you think of those?
Well, I think clearly, the Ciaz, or however you pronounce it, that's clearly a concept, and I think it's not in that form. Nothing's going to come in production. I think the closest thing to that is the YL1 or the SX4. So that's there. S-Cross, they've definitely shown intent. In fact, we wrote about it in a big story we did on Maruti a couple of months back. It's really their first ticket into SUVs. They're betting big on SUVs. They're starting with a car that's not going to give them too much volume. So really to ramp up their whole SUV portfolio and try and build an SUV image with a bit of a flagship SUV over there. I don't think it's particularly great looking, but I understand it drives pretty well. It's got a strong diesel engine. So really, it all depends on what Maruti prices it. And I think, that's going to be the key.
We saw a funky concept from Renault. We saw the Santa Fe finally. Hyundai taking the wraps off the Santa Fe. That wasn't really a big surprise. But what else surprised you today just in terms of what you saw at the Auto Expo?
Well, I think there were quite a few surprises. People pulled stuff out of the hat. I mean, Mercedes with the GLA, they were going to bring the concept. That's what we heard. They went and got the production car because they're going to bring this car to the market much faster, sometime in the second half of 2014. Audi, they got the A3 Cabriolet, which they are planning to launch as a CBU. Not really very big, but again, a statement of intent that they really want to, let's say, put the A3 brand, which is important from a sedan perspective, give it a little bit of a sex appeal in the form of the Cabriolet. You had some interesting concepts. You had General Motors showing the Adra. Again, just a statement of intent. I think anything from them is still a couple of years away because they really haven't made any investments in this market and are unlikely to in a hurry. I think the one that really struck me was the Datsun Ready Go, because clearly that's an Alto competitor, and it really looks very modern, very aggressively styled. So really it's got a lot of appeal, a lot of aspiration in a car that really is catering to the bottom rung of the market.
If I may add a little bit there, I was just talking to Takada-san from Nissan and Datsun, and he pointed at the car and he said, "You like it?" And I said, "Yeah, it looks fantastic." And he says, "That's almost production ready." And for a car that size, looking that dramatic, I think that'll be very impressive and for a production car.
Hormuz, at Auto Expo 2012, it was all about compact SUVs. This year, the theme really seems to be compact sedans. What else did you pick up on just as an overarching theme of the show?
Well, it is compact sedans. Fundamentally, there were three compact sedans, big ticket launches. You had the Zest, you had the Accent, and you had the Ford Figo concept. So these are in different stages of being production ready. The Accent is absolutely ready, and the Zest is ready for launch. Compact SUVs, let's say in terms of concepts, a lot of them were there. So you had Volkswagen show the Taygun, a concept, but again that's close to being production ready. You had the Chevrolet Adra, you had the Renault Kwid, I don't know what it stands for, but I don't know if I've got it right. But really I think, and these are just different forms of being ready. I think what Renault had, what Chevrolet had, clearly these are not productionizable. It's just a statement of intent, something that looks good. What finally comes out and when it comes out could be something quite different. But really, I think this is a segment everyone's looking at, and anyone who's not there stands to lose out.
And I think some people are trying makeshift arrangements of sorts. So Fiat has the Aventura, which is the jacked up Grande Punto and with a rugged look, and Toyota is slated to unveil their Etios Cross tomorrow as well.
All right, Hormuz, I know you have to head off for another TV interview, so thank you so much for joining us, and we'll have you back tomorrow to talk about what happens tomorrow as well. We're going to take just a quick break here, listen to some music, listen to a word from our sponsor, and when we come back, I'll be talking new bike launches with Karthik.
Narrowed down on your dream car? Before you buy, head to carloan.kotak.com and check out a wide range of new, used and refinanced car loans. It's hassle-free. In fact, your loan could be approved in just 2 days, and if it's a customized scheme you're looking for, they have you covered. Call 1-800-209-5732. Visit carloan.kotak.com or email marketing@kotak.com.
Welcome back. We're wrapping up all the action from Auto Expo 2014, and we're going to talk bikes now with Karthik. And Karthik, first up, you predicted it on our podcast, on our preview podcast, Harley Davidson right on the money with the prices for the Street 750.
I'm glad to have my neck safe. I was thrilled to hear the pricing from Harley Davidson. It's 4.1 lakh rupees ex-showroom Delhi, on-road 4.6. That's just fantastic pricing. I think Harley have really pulled a rabbit out of the hat. Fantastic job by them. Though the bookings start on March 1st, just for our viewers, I'm sure we'll be running for the checkbooks. Bookings start March 1st and deliveries only a couple of months later.
All right, and what else struck you in terms of bikes? Obviously, the new Pulsars were there to see, and again, we were kind of right. There was a fully fed Super Sport Pulsar version.
Yeah, but Bajaj really had a couple of surprises in store for us. We expected a fully fed Pulsar, but this turned out to be the 400. We were expecting to see the 200. That was a nice little surprise from Bajaj, and well, even though it is based off the NS, the front chassis, they've done extensive changes to suit the more powerful engine it has. So better rubber, slightly different swing arm, really, and it looks extremely striking. Some really nice details. Very
ABS
exciting.
as standard.
Yes, ABS as standard, and apart from that, the other surprise from Bajaj on the two-wheeler front was the CS, the CS 400, which is what they're calling as the Cruiser Sports. So it's a really fantastic looking motorcycle, shares the engine with the SS, but in this case, it has a more relaxed stance, like a power cruiser stance. So forks are more splayed out, longer wheelbase, has really some really incredible equipment in terms of, yes, it has ABS, it also has upside down forks a la KTM. So well equipped, but this motorcycle isn't as close to production right now as the SS.
Moving now to a Japanese manufacturer, Honda had again, pretty much on expected lines, though things we predicted in the podcast kind of came out of the Honda showcase.
Yeah, I mean, can't take credit for most of it, but Honda had told us that they'd be showing the CBR 650, but what was really nice was they have confirmed that it is going to be launched in India, only not right away. It's 2015 is when it's going to be coming to India, and that aside, of course, we had predicted, and that full marks, out and out, Rishad had predicted that was going to be the Activa 125, and yes, they've unveiled it, and that's going to be surely another very potent automatic scooter from Honda.
And let's wrap things up now with Hero Motocorp. Again, we talked about the Hero Universe showcase, but what did you see at the expo that you liked?
Yeah, Hero really had that blitzkrieg of unveiling a couple of weeks back where they showed a lot of products, and I mean, that hasn't slowed them down all that much for the expo. They had another 650cc naked, fantastically designed motorcycle, trellis frame. The works really looks very intense. Again, a concept, but nonetheless, Hero's showing that it's looking at big things, looking at doing different things. So again, it's like Horma said about the car, it's a promise, it's an intent that it shows. So very promising in that sense. Apart from that, they've shown some new commuters and even a retro style, can I say it here, kind of something like the Continental GT looking motorcycle, but
with a Splendor.
yeah. So, well, there are some things we liked, some things not so much. But nonetheless, good to see that they have really come all guns blazing to the expo.
All right, on that note, I think we've been sitting far too long for this day, so back to work for both of us. Thank you so much for watching the first of our daily wraps from Auto Expo 2014 presented by Kotak Mahindra Prime. Join us again tomorrow with a lot more action and a lot more videos.
Narrowed down on your dream car? Before you buy, head to carloan.kotak.com and check out a wide range of new, used and refinanced car loans. It's hassle-free. In fact, your loan could be approved in just 2 days, and if it's a customized scheme you're looking for, they have you covered. Call 1-800-209-5732. Visit carloan.kotak.com or email marketing@kotak.com.